The Ship of Theseus and Portfolio Management. Imagine a ship, sailing the seas, weathering storms, growing older. Over time, its wooden planks begin to rot, and they are replaced one by one. Eventually, every single part has been swapped out. Not a single original piece remains. Is it still the same ship? This is the ancient Greek paradox known as the Ship of Theseus. But it is more than just a philosophical riddle. It is a perfect metaphor for portfolio management. Because if you rebalance your portfolio over time, selling winners, trimming losers, reallocating into different assets, at what point does it stop being the portfolio you originally built? Rebalancing is the process of realigning your portfolio back to its original target. Maybe you started with 60% stocks and 40% bonds. But after a bull run, you are sitting at 75-25. Rebalancing means selling some stocks and buying more bonds to bring it back in line. On the surface, it sounds like a mechanical task. But over time, the implications run deeper. You are slowly replacing components of your portfolio. One position exits, another enters. Years pass, and eventually, nothing remains of the original holdings. So, is it still the same portfolio? That brings us to a deeper question. What makes a portfolio yours? When you first build it, you are not just allocating money. You are expressing values, your views on the market, your personal goals, your tolerance for risk. But those things change. You get older, your goals evolve, the world shifts, new risks appear, new opportunities arise. Rebalancing is not just about maintenance, it is about adaptation. Just like the Ship of Theseus, your portfolio may still look similar from the outside. But beneath the surface, everything has changed. And yet, it still belongs to you. Not because of what it holds, but because of why it was built. Now let us talk about the illusion of permanence in finance. There is something romantic about the idea of a forever portfolio.
Aww.
Buy and hold. Set it and forget it. But even the most passive investor must eventually adapt. Markets change. Asset correlations shift. Interest rates rise or fall. Tax laws evolve. Your life does not stand still, so why should your portfolio? If you never rebalance, your portfolio may drift into dangerous territory. Overconcentration, risk misalignment, unintended exposure. Ironically, the only way to preserve your portfolio's purpose is to regularly update its parts, just like the ship. And then there is the psychological angle. We grow attached to specific holdings. Maybe it is a stock you picked during a crash, or an ETF that has been in your account for years. Sometimes it is even a losing position you just cannot bring yourself to sell. Not yet. That attachment can cloud your judgment. You begin to define your portfolio not by what it is designed to do, but by what it contains. But just as a person is not defined by their clothes, your portfolio is not defined by its tickers. It is defined by how well it serves your evolving goals. Letting go is not losing identity. It is maintaining it. So, is it still the same portfolio? Here is one answer: yes, if its core purpose remains intact. Like a ship rebuilt plank by plank, a portfolio that evolves can still carry you toward your financial goals. And here is another answer, which is not. Because everything changes. But maybe that is okay. Maybe the point is not to preserve the original form, but to let it change with you while keeping its purpose aligned with who you are. Because ultimately, a portfolio is not an object, it is a process. So here are a few practical takeaways. First, rebalancing is necessary. It is not a betrayal of your strategy. It is alignment with your current reality. Second, detach from individual holdings. Do not define your portfolio by its components. Define it by its purpose. Third, embrace evolution. The best portfolios are not preserved. They are refined. When you rebalance your portfolio over time, you change it, piece by piece, step by step. But if you do it with clarity, purpose, and intention, then yes, it is still your portfolio. Not because of what it is made of, but because of what it is made for. Just like the Ship of Theseus. What truly matters is not the wood or the nails. It is the journey it carries you on. Now I want to hear from you. When you change your investments, are you changing your identity as an investor? Or are you just updating the ship to keep it seaworthy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this reflection resonated with you, consider liking, subscribing, and tapping the bell so you never miss a moment of thoughtful exploration. Until next time, stay present, stay patient, and invest with intention.